So this is a bit of a off-the-cuff video. I've been seeing, I don't know, the age-old problem of evil. The meme with Epicurus's face on it. Is it really Epicurus's face? I don't know. We always use these philosophers like Stonehenge heads for everything, but it's like, is it really him? I don't know. I always feel like because of the whole debacle with what Seneca actually looks like, I just can't trust. I just can't trust any of these philosopher stone heads I see floating across the internet. It's just probably not accurate. I don't know. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about Epicurus, who basically developed out the philosophy of Epicureanism, which is not very based, but you can look into it if you want. The only reason I wanted to make this short video is because I keep seeing people post his argument for the problem of evil, okay? I did a whole series way back when, before this channel was hot stuff, okay? I did a whole series on various different takes on the problem of evil, critiquing the Christian view, talking about certain pagan views of the problem of evil, like that in Mesopotamia, and then ultimately coming to the conclusion that I think the Zoroastrians kind of get it right. Of course, because I converted to Zoroastrianism. Of course I would think that, right? But what people oftentimes don't know is that little meme you keep floating around about Epicurus's view of the problem of evil. If God's all good, or if he controls all things, or if he's all powerful, why is there evil? Epicurus had an answer to that. He wasn't an atheist, okay, you edgelords. He actually thought, I know this sounds crazy, okay, Epicurus actually thought that the gods had nothing to do with us. They did exist. There were various gods. He was a polytheist, like all his traditional friends, like the Stoics and the Platonists and the Aristotelians or whatever. But he thought, up and against the Stoic school, of course the Stoics thought the gods were intimately involved in everything and they determined all the things that happened. That's right, Calvinists. They were Calvinists before you were Calvinists. Anyways, by the way, John Calvin totally wrote a whole thing in his academic years on Seneca. Just wanted to draw those connections for you. The Stoics thought that the gods were in control of everything, okay? So, of course, they had to have an answer for the problem of evil. It's quite intricate. But the Epicureans, okay, their view, way crazier, okay? Picture this. The gods exist. They're immutable. That was a big deal in the ancient world, by the way. The Christians are going to really struggle with that one, okay? Because God, did the whole become incarnate thing. And gets angry and has emotions in the Bible thing, right? But don't worry. They're going to have a healthy dose of Platonism to fix it. The Epicureans thought the gods were immutable too. And by immutable, they thought they were eternally happy. That couldn't change, right? Because if that changed, they would no longer be perfect. And if they weren't perfect, are they really gods though? And so for the Epicureans, particularly Epicurus, he said, look, the gods do exist, but they don't know anything about us. They exist in this sort of intermundia, right? This in-between space, right? Way out in Timbuktu. Not like the Mormons where there's like a whole planet, but like kind of like that. And so they exist out there somewhere, but they don't know anything about us, right? Because if they knew about the suffering here on Earth, like someone going through a hurricane or someone watching their children slowly die of a disease, or someone who's been killed in combat, or someone watching their entire village burn down. If they knew about that, they would not be happy. They would not be happy, and therefore they would not be immutable, right? They would not be eternally happy, okay? Now, that's a really strange view, I grant that, but I just wanted to share that for all those people that keep posting this problem of evil bit, because Epicurus, he talks a lot about piety. The Epicureans themselves were pretty hyped up on the gods' piety. One of them even has a whole thing to the goddess Venus, you can probably assume because they were hedonist wine. It's not as grotesque as you would think. It's a lot more wholesome. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to correct a bunch of you fedora wearers out there who are... I'm sorry, I'm being way too mean. I just want to talk about Epicurus's view of the problem of evil. Correct some of you guys who keep using it as some linchpin for atheism. It was not. And also add in that I have a whole video series, if you just kind of backtrack through some of these videos, where I talk about various different answers to the problem of evil. I take very serious the problem of evil. And I even talk about how the problem of evil kind of influenced me to change my mind. about not only my answer to it, but my religious perspective in whole, right? So maybe something to scope out. Maybe I'll link it in the description. Maybe I'll forget. I don't know.